Hello, hello, hello. Here we go again. Flip the coin conversations. Pinde Sabuya, LWando Tame. Flip the coin offices in Cape Town, Philippi Village. Today we are talking about relationships, the importance of relationships in the success process. We say it starts with an I, but it will end with the all. That's the conclusion, or that's the what we call the resolve that we need to have as a people, so that we can come together and conquer. But as we talk about relationships today, there are different types of relationships. There's that relationship type that comes to mind. I know what it is right now. As you sit there watching this episode, you are thinking about this one relationship that is very common. That is also the popular one, the relationship between me and my, my what you call lobster, my other half.
Partner.
Your partner, your
girlfriend,
lover, your fiance. That's one part of relationships, but it's not the only type of relationships. Especially today, we are not talking about that type of a relationship. We're talking about the relationships that we need in the success process. The business relationships, the associates, those people who came to you because you manifested them. You manifest people and things in your success process by the way you think. Once you step onto a certain frequency, we always talk about frequencies at Flip the Coin, because at Flip the Coin, we emphasize the spiritual awareness aspect as the foundation of everything. Because we are born from philosophies of books like Think and Grow Rich, Powerful Awareness, The Creative Mind by Ernest Holmes. There's a lot of those books. Think as a Man Thinketh, by James Allen, Feeling is a Secret. A lot of books that are based on the consciousness aspect of the success or growth process. So we are born from that. So Flip the Coin on its own is a philosophical concept. It's a spiritual concept. So we have to emphasize spirituality, spiritual awareness as a base or as the cause of everything. Because we talk the law of cause and effect. So as you think in your success process, the thinking, is sending out the charges of energy out to the universe. We think into the universe. The universe gives us what we think about. Hence, you will find this phrase a lot, in success books or wealth creation books. This phrase that says, we become what we think about. As we become what we think about, we tend to attract, the likeliness of what we think about. Because when you become something, you attract everything that is like you, because you become in harmony with things and people. So the relationships that will come into your success process are the relationships that you will manifest. Everything that you've attracted, you've manifested, because it jumped out of your consciousness. It didn't come from the outside. I believe that everyone that I'm aligned with is a person that is aligned with my vision or my way of thinking. I don't have a relationship now that has got nothing to do with what I'm doing. I chose that because as I became aware that everything jumps from consciousness, I knew that I wouldn't blame anybody else for having bad friends. You really cannot blame anyone else for having bad friends. When you have bad friends, you've attracted bad friends. There's something about your thinking that attracts bad friends. There's something about your thinking that attracts bad or negative people into your life. Because like energy attracts like energy, and thinking is energy. relationships come from thinking. So if relationships come from thinking, what do we do to keep the relationships that we have attracted? That's something we must talk about in this episode today. Because relationships are at the center of the success process. Because everything that you will do, everything that will come to you, everything that will fall upon you, that will befall you, will be coming from someone, because you sent the energy, the thought energy towards that person, and that person was thinking alike, and they were attracted to you. So you will need relationships for your success process, whether you like it or not. At Flip the Coin, we believe it's going to take collaborations for us to succeed in eliminating all of the problems that we want to eliminate, because we are all about solving problems. We are all about bringing solutions to the people. So to bring solutions, it takes a community, it takes a village, because it's like growing a child. We understand that, which is why we prioritize relationships. We do not know everything. We always reveal this, that we are not claiming monopoly of wisdom. We know we don't know everything, but there are people who know what we don't know out there. How do we attract those people? We attract those people by being true to ourselves and to our purpose. Because even if those people do not know who we are and what we are about, they have a purpose too. Once we find our purpose as people, where we tend to connect with each other. Everybody who is looking for a purpose or who is living their purpose will be attracted to you if you are living in your purpose. So as we become honestly connected and true to our purpose, or to who we are, to our assignment, we tend to attract people who are also on the same trajectory. So we attract friends. So we believe that friends are not the people you drink with. Friends are the people who are here, who are in your life to push you towards your vision. You are also doing the same to them. You are holding each other accountable. You are pushing each other towards the finishing line. You are not holding each other back. You are not gossiping with each other. You are not gossiping about each other. You are not pushing each other to comfort. You are pushing each other out of comfort zone. Why? Because you know that there's no success in the comfort corner. The comfort corner is dangerous. Nobody grows in a comfort zone. We need to push each other out of comfort zone. So in your relationships, you need people who are pushing out, who are challenging you to be the best that you can be. So those are the things that you need to understand about relationships. Again, the most important thing, one of the most important thing about relationships, you must have a relationship with somebody who possesses skills that you don't possess. Somebody who has something to add to your journey that you cannot add yourself. You need to find something in common with that person. You really need to, it's your responsibility to find something in common with that person. And there's always something in common with people. You just need to look for it. I believe that I have something in common with everyone who's looking for success. Because if you are looking for wealth, I've got something in common with you. Because that's what I'm looking for. If you are looking for freedom, that's something I'm looking for. So we already have got something in common. But because you were born uniquely different, I've got something to add to you. Definitely, you definitely have something to add to me, because you are unique. We are not the same. There's something you possess, I don't. So in that case, we will have a relationship that will last because it's based on exchange of value. You've got something that I need, I've got something that you need. And I always believe that I have something to give or to offer to each and every person in the world. The minute I sit down with you, I know that I have something to offer you. Now the next logical question becomes, what do I have to get from you? What will I be getting from you? Because it has to be a two-way street, an exchange of value, like I said. So we really do not need relationships that are not bringing value in our lives. We need only relationships that are bringing value into our lives. For instance, what we are doing at Flip the Coin currently is property stokvel. Those are relationships. We need to have a relationship with stokvels, a relationship with government, the municipalities, the developers, the architects, the town planners. All of these people are people that you need to have a relationship with. Why? Because as you come with value into the marketplace, you will find them there already. These people are adding value into the built industry because it cannot happen without them. So you need a relationship with them. How do you then facilitate those relationships and make sure that they last? So you need to be an honest person. You need to know what you know. You don't know what you don't know. Go with what you know, but be honest about who you are. Don't go into act. Relationships are based on trust, based on honesty, transparency. They are based on respect. They are based on consistency, because once you deliver, you have to deliver consistently. If you can't, let people know that you can't deliver. So that you are a reputable friend, to whoever that you have made your acquaintance with. You are a reputable person. They know that if so and so said he will be there, then he will be there. If she said she won't be, she won't be. If she says she will deliver, she will deliver. If she can't deliver, she will say, I can't deliver. And all of those things must be known about you, so that your relationships are based on you being transparent, because that's what you want back from people. So you give it before you receive it. So relationships are more about giving than receiving from your standpoint. Because if you are the one who's thinking about your relationships right now, think about what you are giving to your relationships more than what you are getting from your relationships. Because the first step to receiving is giving. And giving is always greater than receiving. So we need to understand the spirituality of formulating and sustaining relationships, and why we need to relate as people. That's the most important and the most needy need of a human being, to relate, to interact. Even if we take that for granted, but it's the most important thing in a person's life in general. It's even more important in your business or your wealth creation or your wealth manifestation process. So Flip the Coin is about us giving each other this consciousness, or enlightening each other about these important things. Because at the end of the day, if we are to grow together, we have to understand what are the fundamentals of this growth that we are looking for. Why do we need to have these new habits, so that once we attain freedom, we are able to keep it, we are able to sustain it, we are able to be free for longer, so that our children can inherit that freedom that is based on a solid foundation, the foundation that me and you have laid for them. So generational wealth comes from consciousness, people. We cannot run from that. And what we need to give to the next generation is an inheritance. I think more than anything else, it's the way of thinking. It's the way of it's the approach to life. The spiritual connection with the divine, understanding of our divine selves and how we can utilize our humanity for the good, for the betterment of the world in general, betterment of the environment, betterment of everyone, every species, everything that is around us is godly. We really need to understand that we need to connect with everything, because we don't have a relationship with people only. Our relationships must also extend to animals, extend to the environment in general, plants and everything else. Everything that has got consciousness in it, we have to relate with it. And how do we relate with it better? By first understanding that we are connected to and with everything. Because everything that is conscious is godly. Then our relationship, not only with people but with the cosmos, with the universe and the environment, will become better. So flip the coin is really about being aware of what it is that we want to flip. We flip first our consciousness. It's our consciousness that puts us where we are. We are not where we are. That is why we have the consciousness. No, we have the consciousness. That is why we are where we are. So we need to understand that, and we really, really need to evaluate our relationships. Our relationships will not fix themselves. We must evaluate them, but also understand what is the basis of each and every relationship. Why, where, and how, and when did you meet the person, the group, the business. Each and every relationship that you have, you must understand what brought that relationship about. So once you understand what brought that relationship, you'll understand this relationship has got a purpose or it doesn't have a purpose. It's just a relationship that happened because this person stays next to me, stays next to my house. We met in church, we met in a soccer match, we met in a tournament or whatever. But if you were attracted to each other to an extent that you spoke, and when you spoke, you connected, you ended up having the second meeting and the third and the fourth, then it needs to be evaluated. Why did that happen? So that it's understood by both parties what the relationship is about. Otherwise, the relationship won't last, and we won't know why it didn't last, because we didn't know why it started in the first place. So relationships are very important. And at Flip the Coin, we thought, let us have relationships in our induction document as one of the most important topic, prioritized, because we know that if black people are to move out of the oppression or the slavery of poverty into the Canaan that they're looking for, they have to see each other on a different light. They have to start seeing each other as brothers and sisters. They have to start seeing each other as associates, as potential partners. They have to start to see each other as each other's solution, so that collaborations can be an easy thing to do. Instead of the competition. We are always against competition. Competition is not always bad, but there is a dominance of a bad competition or a negative competition that we see out there, because when I see somebody doing something, I want to do what they are doing, but I want them to fail. I don't want to do it with them. I want them to fail so that it can only be me. I can be the only black, the best black, the first black. So the other guy must fail. We are crabs in a bucket, that type of a thing. That competition is bad. Competition is not always bad. There are things to compete about. I always say that when you compete about how many people did I help today, and the other guy is saying, I helped more people than you, that's a positive competition. We are competing about doing the good thing. We are competing about rendering a service to humanity. So that competition is not bad, it's good. We need that competition. But a competition of saying how many people did I surpass, how many people did I suppress, how many people did am I better than, so that competition becomes negative. So it's all about moving from a state of mind into a new state of mind. We must evaluate how we think, we must evaluate how we relate to each other, because relationships are nothing but how we relate to people in general. The relationship that you have with your spouse, with your girlfriend, with your
boyfriend,
yes, whatever, it's one aspect of it. But the relationship you have with the world is more important, because that one you will always have it, whether you like it or not. Even if it's a good relationship or a bad relationship, but you have a relationship with the world. So if you are doing it consciously, that's what we are advocating for. Do it consciously. Do it for a purpose. Relate with people for a greater purpose. And the purpose must always be greater than us. That way we'll have better relationships and we'll leverage our relationships for our freedom. The freedom is attainable, people. It's achievable. We just need consciousness. We need nothing else. We've got the money, we've got the resources, we've got the skills, we've got the energy, we've got the IQ, we've got the EQ, we've got everything we need. The only thing that we've ever needed is each other. We lack each other, we don't lack anything else. The sooner we realize that, the better. Then we'll start moving towards flipping the coin completely. Flip the coin. It starts with you. We salute you. We love you. Subscribe, the like button, leave a comment. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and on TikTok. You can also, if you are in Cape Town, contact us. Come visit us. Let's talk. Let's engage. Thank you very much. See you in our next episode. Starts with you. Salute.